WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thanks for joining us tonight. 3 Mississippi prisons are on lockdown after 3 inmates escape. Benny Blansett, Johnny Blankenship, and Christopher High escaped from the Mississippi State Penitentiary at Parchman. Blankenship is from Alcorn County. He and Christopher High are considered armed and dangerous. Visitation and other privileges have been suspended at Parchman, Central Mississippi Correctional Facility, and the South Mississippi Correctional Facility until further notice. Anyone with information on the location of any of these escapees should call your local law enforcement. An update now on a story we first brought you yesterday. A 27-year-old Columbus man has been released from the hospital in Tupelo after an accident between his bicycle and a car. According to police reports, the cyclist ran a stop sign on Taylor Street. He was struck by the driver of an SUV headed west on Highway 182, landing on the windshield, and that's according to witnesses. The biker was taken to Baptist Golden Triangle in Columbus by ambulance before being transferred by helicopter to Tupelo. No citations have been issued to either driver, although the police report does indicate the cyclist failed to yield to oncoming traffic. Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton says the rule of the road requires everyone on a bicycle to abide by the same laws as a motor vehicle. It's been a busy couple of days on Mississippi highways in North Mississippi. Troopers arrested more than a dozen drivers under the influence of alcohol and even more who were not wearing their seatbelts. Some drivers were ticketed with not restraining children traveling in their vehicle. The 4th of July enforcement period started at midnight Wednesday, July 3rd. It ended at midnight on the 4th. Throughout the state, MHP issued 3,300 citations with 43 DUI arrests. A Lowndes County man is injured in a fireworks accident. 34-year-old Montrell Turner received a facial trauma while shooting fireworks at a home in Crawford. This happened around 10 o'clock last night. Turner is the nephew of Crawford Mayor Deanne Parson. She tells WCBI Turner was doing a fireworks display for children in the neighborhood when a device fired and struck him in the face.
When he went back outside, went back over to the road, and I heard this explosion. Like a big bomb cannon had went off, and I turned, and on that I could see him going up, and he landed, and everybody started running to him. And when I got there, I worked with the fire department too, in District 4, and I got there and I seen the laceration on his eye, and I immediately started putting pressure on it so they can stop bleeding. But we called 911 for him.
Parson says Turner underwent surgery at a Jackson hospital this morning to treat a gash in his eyeball and a broken bone near his eye. Our Quentin Smith will have more reaction from family coming up tonight on WCBI News at 9 and 10. Well, July 5th is often the busiest day of the year for animal shelters. Fireworks displays scare pets and often send them running looking for a safe place to hide. Our Riley Livingston takes a look at how local animals handled the celebration. She joins us live in Columbus.
Most pet owners try to keep their furry friends safe and calm when the fireworks are popping, but sometimes those precautions aren't enough and they find themselves on the day after searching for their fur babies. Every year, shelters get ready for the 4th of July aftermath. Our four-legged friends get spooked from the fireworks and take off. Sometimes they can't find their way back home. So far, this year is a little different.
This year we've been surprisingly thankful that we've only had like 2 so far, and we've been checking the Facebook pages and everything, and there's only been a few that have been missing. So, I'm hoping now with all social media and everything, you can put all the warnings out ahead of time, and hopefully people are learning from past years.
Even if you take precautions, some fur babies still manage to run away. Kennedy Phillips is one of the owners out searching for her beloved dog.
They scared her. She wasn't expecting it because we had the screen open on the balcony just so we could let some of the heat from the cooking out, and it was kind of cool last night, so it was a nice little mixture in the house. But when she heard them, she she took off.
When a pet gets spooked, reaching out for extra help can make all the difference. Columbus Lowndes Humane Society Director Karen Johnwick says social media can be a big help.
There's a bunch of different pet pages, you know, Columbus Pets Lost and Found, When It's Rough. There's a bunch, each county pretty much has their own Facebook page, but definitely post on there, and then also contact your local shelter and report with them so that they'll have it also listed in their book.
Phillips hopes her pup, also named Kennedy, finds her way back home.
Gonna keep searching. I have no choice. I mean, it's my dog. I'm not gonna give up on her. I mean, I keep calling her name and going by the fence and stuff where she last was seen at, but she'll come home.
If you find a missing pet, Johnwick says to either call your animal control officer, post to social media, or bring to your local humane society. For now, reporting in Columbus, I'm Riley Livingston. This is Charlie, WCBI News.
Charlie's a cutie. Columbus firefighters battled the heat and a fire at a scrap metal plant. A fire broke out around 2:30 this afternoon at the Columbus Scrap Material on Island Road. A trucker getting ready to pull out spotted the blaze and called 911. Fire crews rushed to put water on the fire and quickly had it contained. No word on what sparked the fire. The good news, though, is no one was injured this afternoon. We turn things over now to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson to get a first look at our forecast. It was a hot one out there to battle a blaze, Keith.
And it's still stifling in Columbus right now, under 94 with a heat index of 107. So plenty of heat, plenty of humidity across our region right now. And Columbus and everywhere else, yeah, it's hot, it's humid. We don't really have a lot of natural relief. We popped a few isolated showers and storms earlier this afternoon, but right now those are nowhere near us. There's actually a batch of showers and storms up here in West Tennessee. That seems to be weakening. It's moving to east-southeast. Can't rule out some of that slipping into far north Mississippi later this evening, but at this point, it doesn't look like most of us will see anything. So warm this evening, basically dry and steamy. Lows tonight down into the 70s. More heat, more humidity, more scattered storms for a while. Andrea, your full forecast coming up.
A longtime activist and civil rights worker in Starkville has passed away. Dorothy Isaac died Thursday after an extended illness. Isaac is a past president of the Oktibbeha County branch of the NAACP. Also, she held an office on the state level. A tireless community servant, she regularly attended and spoke at Starkville Board of Aldermen meetings. She even ran for mayor in 2005. A neighbor and fellow NAACP member calls her a true advocate for justice.
If she felt that it wasn't right, she was going to let you know that she felt that way. And you could count on her to work with you, and if you showed her that she was wrong, she would accept it and still continue to work. I could always count on her to do the right thing.
Funeral services for Dorothy Isaac will be Thursday at 11 a.m. at Second Baptist Church in Starkville. West Memorial Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. Isaac was 60 years old. We'll be right back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Andrea Self.
Welcome back, everyone. In the days before integration, Henderson High School was the academic home for African American students in Starkville. This weekend, former students from across the country are catching up with old friends to reminisce. And as our Tyler Hull finds out, the alumni of Henderson High are using the bonds they formed in the past to help build a brighter future.
Henderson High School alumni are coming back home to meet with old friends and give back to their hometown. The former students have created a scholarship fund, and President Charles Ware says this year they have given out over $11,000. Tonight, they are connecting those students with the people who made the scholarships possible.
Over the last 5 years, we've given out $56,500 to graduates of Starkville High School and other schools in Oktibbeha County.
Dr. Shirley James Hanshaw says the reunion is not only about remembering the past, but also improving the community's future.
Not only does it inspire the current and future generations of young scholars to continue their education, to matriculate, I should say, at institutions of higher learning, but it also serves to honor those on whose shoulders we stand.
Ware wants everyone to know that any student can apply for the scholarship.
We are part of
All right, and that group is having a banquet tomorrow night at the Starkville Sportsplex. Well, the 4th of July might be over, but the celebration continues in Aberdeen. The Taste of Aberdeen Family Reunion is bringing food and music together. The event encourages the community to reflect on Aberdeen's history and culture. Vendors like Jasmine Davis are excited to see what the weekend has to offer.
We expect a good crowd, a lot of people out, and just have a good time.
The event continues tomorrow with a dance at Aberdeen High School.
Plenty of heat, plenty of humidity. Look at all that sunshine. We don't really want to see that. Hopefully you are in a cool place right now on this Friday, but there are some scattered storms in the forecast for the weekend, or there are some storms in the forecast. Maybe a bit of a cool down for you. Details are next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
A pool is a great place to be right now this evening when it's hot. Now this weekend you may want to get out there at least initially before some of these storms happen to pop up around here and roam around. 95 Saturday, a little bit cooler Sunday perhaps with a better chance for some clouds and some showers and storms around. We'll see how it all plays out, but suffice to say, much like today, the heat index on Saturday will be into the triple digits outside of those thunderstorms. And we really haven't been able to pop a lot, at least over the last couple of hours. Earlier this afternoon, we had a few. Right now, basically sunny. There's a wave of storms back to the north of Memphis. We showed you that earlier. It looks to be in a weakening phase, and our high-resolution model data doesn't really suggest a lot of that will survive as it approaches North Mississippi. Can't rule it out. It just doesn't look too favorable for any widespread shower or thunder shower, even an isolated shower or thunder shower this evening or tonight. So low and mid 70s, another steamy one out there. Your Saturday by 10 o'clock already 86 degrees, a lot of sunshine initially, and then much like the last few days here, we'll see a better chance for some of those clusters of storms during the daytime heating. About 93 in Tupelo, the rain chance 40%, maybe a little bit higher. We'll see how it all plays out tomorrow, but in general the rain opportunities will be higher than what we had today. 95 in Columbus and around the Golden Triangle area, same story in the West Alabama too, with the heat index into the triple digits here. And there you go, another very warm and sultry day around here. Typical weather for this time of year, hot and humid all weekend long, scattered storms daily, and typically we may see a few stronger storms with some gusty wind, heavy downpours, and lots of lightning. If you've seen some of the storms around here over the last couple of days, lots of lightning potential with some of this activity. So tomorrow morning, not a lot going on. Futurecast picking up on the chance for some of these clusters of storms to be roaming around during the course of the day. And then some of that will likely fall apart tomorrow evening, and then we'll regenerate it as we get into our day Sunday. So clusters of storms here, but probably higher odds Saturday and Sunday versus what we had today. Next week, well, more or less the same story. Each and every day will feature a chance for some of these pop-up showers and storms, warm and steamy temperatures in the 90s. Late in the week, there could actually be some sort of tropical system that may, and I mean may, get organized in the northern Gulf of Mexico. Both the American and the European model, they're both picking up on that, but still a long ways off. But in the near term, plenty of heat and humidity. Andrea, scattered storms, highs in the 90s.
Turn on the AC, folks. The high school football tour makes its way to East Union. More on the Urchins coming up after the break.
WCBI Sports is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Bolton. The next stop in the high school football tour checks in with the East Union Urchins. Led by head coach Kevin Walton, the Urchins are excited for what's in store this upcoming season. East Union is stop number 12 on the high school football tour. The East Union Urchins come into 2019 ready to pick up where they left off last season. The reigning division champs returned 8 starters on both sides of the ball, giving the Urchins rare experience heading into the fall.
Experience is going to be our strength this year. We started 7 freshmen on offense last year, so you know that their experiences should carry over well into the upcoming season. We had a great spring. And the first half of the summer's been really good. We've had good attendance. Our kids worked really hard in the weight room. We've seen increase on strength and speed. So we're looking forward to the next half of the summer and preparing for the upcoming season.
We're definitely working harder than we did last season, and we're really focusing on our first game. And we know we're planning on winning the division title again.
We're getting stronger, faster. We're getting better individually, which will probably help out on the field.
Well, we really got to execute our new offense we just installed and try to just do our best at that.
The new offense will be key in their success as the Urchins look to replace running back Joel Wilkinson.
It's be hard to replace a kid like Joel. We sort of built our offense around him the past 4 seasons, but he was such a good leader, and his legacy, he left these guys, just being tough and always being there, and you could count on him. I think it rubbed off on a lot of the younger guys, and he set a good example, so I think they're going to carry on, what he left for our program.
Well, all of us have to step up. Like, anybody can be like that guy like Joel now, so it's really just up to anybody who steps up.
But we're trying to fill that void with the passing game, and I think our running backs can get the job done in their part.
With the new season comes new competition, but East Union continues to have its eyes set on another region crown.
One game at a time, our hard work, we hope, and we lost Baldwin and Bruce out of our division. We've got Manatee and Pottscamp coming in. We're just going to hope that our hard work and the effort that these guys give, we've got great kids that'll carry us through the season.
We just got to stay tough and fight hard and execute our new offense.
Reporting in East Union, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
60 schools in 60 days with East Union High School was brought to you by Farmers and Merchants Bank.
Upcoming stops, we have tomorrow Manatee, then Sunday we'll take a look at Bruce, Monday Calhoun City, and then on Tuesday, we'll take a look at Belmont. Now, for those keeping track at home, go to our Twitter account and Facebook accounts at WCBI Endzone to see the schedule. And if you miss any stops along the way, you can always go watch them on our website at WCBI.com. Now, Hail State Hoops continues its international dominance, using yet another big game from Jessica Carter and Rakia Jackson to, they beat the brakes off Slovakia, as you see a final of 92-52. Rakia Jackson continues to get buckets with a solid performance, scoring 16 points, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And Mississippi State will advance to play in the medal bracket against China on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. That's all we have for sports. We have a last look at your forecast coming up after the break.
It's our hottest time of the year, Andrea. We've got some low and mid-90s during the day. Chances for storms, and let's hope you get some cloud cover and some storms to at least cool things down. The trade-off will be increased humidity after it rains.
After it's over.
But I mean, it is what it is. It's summer here.
It's sort of worth it though to get that little bit of a cool down. You have to deal with the humidity when it's over.
It's nice when it's actually raining, and when it stops, not so much.
Go play in the rain. All right, that's the news at 6.